a motivational speaker. If you want to learn English, if you want to learn how to write and how to speak fluent English, you must watch, like, share and subscribe my video channel, YouTube channel, and don't forget to share with your friends and your students. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Everyone, I'm back again with another video clip. In this video clip, I'm not gonna tell you what this video clip is all about. All you need to do is to just watch this video till the end, and then you will be able to understand what the video was all about. So first of all, let me ask you a simple question. The question is, what is the impossible thing in life to do? What is the toughest challenge in life to do? What is the most challenging thing in life? Now think about the question and give me an answer. So all you need to do is to just pause the video and give me the answer to this question. Hello, what are you doing? Pause the video and give me an answer. Okay, I think you paused the video and you were searching and thinking about the answer to this question. Meanwhile, I'm going to tell you the story of an old man. Once upon a time, there was an old man named as Santiago. He used to do fishing in Cuba, the islands in Cuba. The old man was having as a student named as Manolin. What happened actually, the old man was struggling to catch a fish for last couple of months. So the parents of the Manolin, they got angry with their child and they stopped him going for fishing with that old man Santiago. And so meanwhile, the Manolin used to come to the old man, and he used to take care of the old man and bring some food and stuff like this in the evening to the hut of Santiago. So the old man, as I already told you, was unable to catch fish for 2 months, last couple of months. He was struggling into the middle of the sea and could not find any fish. So as the days passed away, it was 84 days, continuously 84 days, that he was unsuccessful in catching any fish. One day, on his 85th day, he made a promise to himself. He was predetermined. He was very much determined that on this day he is going to catch a fish anyhow. On whatever the conditions or whatever the circumstances, he is going to catch the fish. So on 85th day, the whole day passed away into the middle of the sea, but he was again unable to catch any fish. Eventually, he caught a tuna fish. He killed that tuna fish and ate it up in order to quench his hunger and appetite. So what happened? That the day passed away. It was the sun-setting time. It was the time when the sun was about to set. The evening was going very fastly, was passing very fastly, and the night was approaching very soon. So all of a sudden, at the time when it was going to be dark, all of a sudden Santiago felt a huge jerk, a huge pulling force in one of the hooks that he unleashed into the waters. Santiago was first of all very shocked and very surprised to know that what could be that thing which is actually pulling that hook with a huge force. So he tried to get that thing up on the surface of the waters. So what he did, he started pulling the ropes, and after a long time, struggling for some time with the fish, he saw that after some time the fish came out on the surface of the water, and it jumped up and then again diving into the water. He was completely shocked to see the scene of that giant fish. He was so much surprised that he didn't know what to do, and he was shocked to his the fingertips. So, knowing that the fish was giant, first of all, he became very happy that finally he had a fish in one of his hooks. So he was talking to himself and was very predetermined and very courageous and very bold. He made a decision. Well, today he is not going to let her go. Not is going to let the fish go into the waters. So what he did, he followed the fish. Since the fish was 2.5 feet longer than the boat, his boat was 18 feet long, and the fish was 2.5 feet longer than the boat. So he was surprised at how an old man, a feeble man like Santiago is going to catch a fish with the feeble powers that he had. But he never gave up. He never gave up and he started pursuing that fish. The fish went into the waters. All night he fought against the huge force of the fish with his iron rods, with hooks and with ropes, whatever the things he has, and the knives that he had for killing the fish. But the fish was very pretty determined to not come into the way of the Santiago. So he fought for the whole night and his hands started bleeding and his hands were severely wounded. But he never gave up. Giving the situation circumstances that were not in his favor. What happened that it was the time of the dawn, very early in the morning, that he finally trapped the fish and controlled the marlin. The name of the fish was marlin. He controlled the marlin and brought it into his ship. But till then, all the energies of the Santiago had gone. All the power, all the strength, all the boldness and courage, everything has been gone, and he was very much exhausted to control and catch the fish. However, he never let his struggle go in vain, and he brought that fish into the ship. So early in the morning he started again sailing through the sea and bringing that fish back to the seashores. What happens? That the fish started bleeding severely, bleeding excessively, and in waters there was the sharks available, the sharks to be seen everywhere. So the sharks came attractively very fast. They were attracted by the blood of the marlin fish, and they came in numbers and started eating up the the means of the end result of the Santiago. So again he had another very difficult, stiff task to surmount. That is to kill the sharks, or to stop the sharks not to eat away the struggle efforts of the Santiago. And he was struggling, he was fighting in the waters. It was a morning time now, the sun came up and the Santiago was fighting the sharks. However, the more than half of the flesh of the marlin fish was eaten away by the sharks, and Santiago returned and reached the seashore with the half of the flesh of the fish and the bony skeleton that the sharks left over of the marlin. Now Santiago was very tired and very exhausted. He came to his hut without telling people what he actually has done. So the Manolin that night also visited the Santiago's hut, but he failed to see the sight of Santiago. So he returned back, and early in the morning he came back again, and he saw that the old man was very tired, very exhausted, and his hands were bleeding, and his hands were severely wounded. So he started putting strips on his hands. He started bandages, doing bandages of the hands on his stripping with bandages. So, but the men heard the voice, the slogans, the cheers and tears of the people outside, and he just tried to know what was happening around. So he peeped out of the hut and saw that people were looking something very big, and it was a very big giant fish. So Manolin went out and saw that it was a giant fish, marlin fish, which was lying in the ship of the Santiago, and he was impressed. He was very amazed and shocked to know that the old man had carried with himself to the seashores this big bony fish. The skeleton of the fish was remarkably evident that the old man Santiago had brought something very unusual to the seashores, something very remarkable. So what happens that the people start praising the old man and praising the luck and fortune and destiny of the old man. These are the same people, remember, who initially started to label him as unlucky, the unfortunate, and the very tired and very old man and feeble man. But now their words were all praise. Then they were praising the struggle, the efforts, the bravery, the courage and determination of the old man, and they were very surprised to know that what the old man has actually done. So now let's come to the question again. So what did you find in this story? Did you find the answer to your question? I hope so. I hope you might have found the answer to the question in this little story. The answer to this question is that nothing is impossible. It is the consistency, it is the persistence effort of the man that is missing. If you are consistent at your work, if you are persistent enough at your work, one day or the other you are going to succeed. You are going to achieve a target, achieve your goal. So never give up like an old man Santiago. Just keep moving, keep trying, whatever the targets, whatever the goals you want to achieve. And one day the success will kiss your feet. Thank you. We'll meet again with another video clip. Thanks for watching.